Greetings from the International Labour Organization and its cooperatives unit, where we are commemorating our centenary. Many thanks to the International Cooperative Alliance for their invitation to this virtual event. The unfolding crisis around the pandemic is affecting us all, but it's not affecting everyone the same way. Migrants, refugees, indigenous peoples, persons with disabilities, workers in the informal economy, and young people are among the worst affected. The COVID 19 pandemic is hurting youth in many ways, and I want to highlight three here. First, with the disruption to their education, training, and work based learning. Second, through increased difficulties for young job seekers, especially those seeking their first job. And third, through job and income losses, along with deteriorating quality of employment. These challenges can have lifelong repercussions for young people who graduate during crises. Even before the pandemic, young people faced a tough situation in the labor market. At the global level, young people were three times more likely to be unemployed compared to adults. And before the crisis, unemployment affected 67.6 million young women and men, 13.6% of the young labor force. One fifth of world's young people were not in employment, nor were they in education or training. And there was a gender dimension to this. Young women were more than twice as likely as young men to be unemployed or outside labor force and not in education or training. And more than 3 out of 4 of world's young workers had informal jobs, compared with 60% of adults. The situation has become worse with the pandemic. It is more evident than ever that the world needs innovative solutions. Young people have contributed to the emergence of new generation of cooperatives with promising results. These include worker cooperatives of young graduates in cultural and creative sectors like music, theater, graphic design, platform cooperatives of young programmers in technology sector, and freelancers who are delivery workers like bike messengers and taxi drivers, renewable energy cooperatives and organic and bioagricultural cooperatives, social cooperatives of care providers, social workers, and educators, and consumer cooperatives like university and student housing cooperatives are among these. There is much to be learned from the experience of cooperatives and other social and solidarity economy institutions during crises. In the global financial and economic crisis, there was an increase in membership and turnover of credit unions and food cooperatives. Responses to the Argentinian financial crisis included workers taking over bankrupt companies, turning them into worker cooperatives. During the Greek debt crisis, new social cooperative initiatives for refugee housing and community gardens and kitchens emerged. With public health epidemics like AIDS, existing cooperative initiatives expanded their work to address the emerging needs in society like orphans care. And mutual insurance providers have been developing crop insurance for relief from increasing number of natural disasters due to climate crisis. The pandemic has brought to the fore insights into how we can build back better. The challenges young people face reflect systemic problems that require systemic solutions. Toward that end, governments need to invest in a diversity of business models, for youth entrepreneurship beyond the shareholder model. Cooperative model reconciles social and environmental goals with economic ones. Education and training systems need to ensure that young people learn about cooperatives in theory and practice. The responses to the pandemic have demonstrated the value of localized community level actions. Cooperatives and wider social and solidarity economy actors can tap into the power of youth to strengthen local communities in collaboration with other public and private sector institutions. Socially disruptive extreme events like the COVID-19 pandemic affect the role of youth in society in significant ways. The role of business in society also gets configured and needs to get configured in enduring and impactful ways in order to ensure a people centered and planet sensitive recovery and preparedness against future waves of crises. As the UN agency with a mandate for social justice and decent work, the ILO has had a long standing commitment to promoting cooperatives and youth employment. Our work around policy advocacy, development cooperation, research, training, and communication are available for youth and cooperative movements alike from the ILO COOP website at ilo.org/coop. Thank you.